Hi everybody, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy that you can be here today, and I hope you enjoy what I have to show you. So I made this little gatefold card. Oh, it's not that little, but a little gatefold card, and it has a pocket here. It has a pocket here, just a smaller pocket, another like a secretarial pocket. These ones are like secretarial pockets. Here, let me put this piece of paper on top so that you can see that a little bit better. So that pocket is like that. And then it has three little tuck spots across the top that would be great for tickets, for little small bits of ephemera and things like that. And this is nice and flat, so it would fit in flat mail, in a flat mail envelope really, really easily. So I really like this. I really do. I think it's as cute as can be, and I especially love this one because the paper is so gorgeous. Just look at that. So I did this one using the paper pad called Thankful Heart. This is a Recollections paper pad from Michael's last year, I believe. I haven't gone and got any new ones this year. These beautiful papers in here, just gorgeous. Now I picked out 3 or 4. Did I use 3 on this one or 4? I think I used 4. So I've got the front pieces, these 2 fronts, and these all made out of one piece. I have these ones, these pumpkin ones across here, the plaid, and then the back, which, isn't this pretty? Absolutely gorgeous. So love it. Absolutely love it. So I have this one, and then I did a second one. This one's a little bit different. So I have this gray paper with some silver foiling on the back, these pretty florals in here, and this is what it looks like on the inside. And for this one, I used a different paper pad, mostly just scraps. So I don't have enough of this one to do another one. So I'm going to show you how I made this, and I'm going to use a few more papers from this paper pad. So let me pick out 4 more. I absolutely love this burnt orange with the gold on the bottom. I think that's gorgeous. So I'll be using that. I'm using this paper pad up. I love this, so that may be incorporated. And that, let's just see what I have left in the way of any patterns. I do love this as well. This may be a good back paper. That's right. That may be a really good backing paper. We'll see. We'll see about that one. It goes nicely with that burnt orange as well. Ooh, this is pretty. Will it go with these 2? Let's keep looking. These are amazing little bits that could be cut up and put in. I love this. And that's 4 inches by 8 inches. I believe this is the perfect. I'm going to take these ones, this one out, because I think this could be used. These are gorgeous, aren't they? And maybe this one. Maybe this one. This one's really pretty. Or this one. Maybe this one. This one's really pretty. Really pretty. So we'll see about this one. So I think I have enough. I think I have enough. For sure. And I'm going to show you how I made this. So I didn't make this using a bunch of measurements or anything like that. So this is what I did. So you're going to take what you want to be the inside of your paper, and you need a 12 by, so this is gorgeous. So this can be the inside, and you need a 12 by 12 because you're going to cut an 8-inch strip off. So I'm going to go here to my 8 inches. Almost all the numbers are worn off my paper trimmer. I hate to give up on something. So I had one more blade that I found and put in here. So I've got a nice sharp blade again. So it's not done yet, this paper trimmer. So you need one piece that's 8 inches. And then I am going to take this and I am going to fold it. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to fold it. Make sure your edges here are nice and straight so you know you've got a straight line here. And then I'm going to fold it over like this to get my gatefold. And once again, there. So I have those folds, and I just do that. And then I got lots of room. And then I'm going to put my paper on here, and I'm going to find my fold, and I am going to go just one little knot. So here's my fold, where my fold is. I'll just redo that line a little bit. Just like that. And I'm going to go over one notch, and I'm going to put another crease, just one. And the only reason I'm doing that is that'll make a tiny little gusset in my paper so that I can put some goodies in those pockets. And I'm going to do the same thing. Here's my fold. Here's my fold. And I am just going to go over 2 notches. This is going to be my front. So I'll go over 2 notches. So I'm just doing one notch on my, I'm not even measuring it. I don't even know where it was at. But what that's going to give me is a tiny little gusset on this side when I fold that second fold. So I've got a little gusset, so now I've got a little bit of space, and then I have a larger gusset on this side. This is a good sized one. So there's a larger gusset on this side because I want room for the little fold inside the big fold. There. So I want room to stuff these pockets. So that'll make it go like this. There. Can you see that? The way those folds are? So you just want a little tiny double crease on this side and a little wider one on this side. Now those will round down a little bit once you get everything put together. So, and this is your inside paper. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to take this piece and set it aside, and then my outside papers. So I have this one. Cut this out. I'm just going to use my trimmer for that. I'm going to cut that Thankful out. I didn't do anything like this on the front of the other ones. So I've got this. Take my ruler, and I'm going to fold this there, and I'm going to fold this here. So I think I want this on the inside one. I want something a little different on the outside one, a little more, a little prettier. But I think this will make a really nice one for the inside. So I'm going to take this, And I'm going to measure it exactly. How about 3 3/4 inches? And if I measure on here, 3 3/4 inches, I don't have to cut very much down the outside, so I'm not going to lose any of this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to, I think this is 8 inches. I better measure it before I cut it, guys? Because I might have to leave a little bit of that orange on the top. So 8 inches right there. I figured that was divided into 8 and 4 because it's a 12-inch piece. So take that. And then I'm just going to shave a little bit of this off like that. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put it in here and I'm going to find 3 3/4 inches like this. And I'm going to shave that off. So that's pretty good. So that should fit right here. And this is how I made them. I didn't use a bunch of different measurements or anything like that. I want this to be on the, did I measure that to go on the front? I think I measured that to go on the front. Oh, I did. But I want it to be on the back. So I'm going to put it on the back because my wraparound, I'm going to do a wrap on this one. So this edge will be covered anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I measured it wrong, but I can fix that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my, I guess I could use the other end, a little bit of my Tombow liquid glue. And I'm going to go all the way around the edge. I'm going to make sure I get the edge particularly good. I like this applicator on this glue bottle. It is truly amazing because it comes out like it's on a brush, a bunch of teeny tiny little fine lines. This is the applicator that's on there. See that? I don't even know if you can tell, but yeah. So, and it does wet your paper down a little bit. If you're worried about this, then you might want to use a glue stick. The cat's right beside me here. And there. Now you want to line these up. Anyway, she's laying beside me and I've got a box of stuff that I haven't unpacked yet that's sitting right here. And she's laying down and every once in a while she just reaches across and paws the side of the box like she's reminding me what I need to be doing. Like I have enough energy to do what she wants me to do as well as all the stuff that I'm doing. There, so that's that one. So that's going to be inside there. Like that. And now I want one for the front. And I was thinking this one. This is beautiful. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to put it on here like that. And I'm going to take my pen and put a little tick where this has to be. It's actually easier than measuring. So that's how I made the whole first one. I just did that. So I'm going to take this. So you're not getting a tutorial here, but you're figuring out, you're seeing my process when I create something new. This is my process when I create something new. So mostly taking one piece and putting it on another piece and making a tick where I have to cut. My glue lid's in the way there. And then measure it at 8 inches because that's the height that I made my card. So basically, I only need one measurement for this. Everything else is just however I want to do it. So then I'm going to put this one on here, and then this will open like this. And I think I have a nice sticker or something that I can put on the front of this, which will be lovely. So making sure you get your glue right to your edge is the most important part here, because you don't want your edges to start curling up. I want these to go up, these leaves. You have a second with that glue, but not much longer. It just dries fast. It catches and dries really fast. There, I can hardly move that already. It's so worth paying the extra money for a good glue, guys. I mean, I love dollar store glues, but when you're crafting something like this, to have something that's going to grab and work so fast is just, it's a game changer. At least it is for me. That's what it's going to look like, the front of it. It's going to open up to here, and then I'm going to put my pockets in here. But before I put my pockets in here, I'm going to add a piece across the back. Now I'll show you. This red right here with these polka dots is going to go, and I'm going to overlap it a little wee bit with this, and I'm going to overlap it a little wee bit with this, so when it comes around the front, it's going to look like a binding. So let me take a measurement, because I know this is 8 inches. Let me take a measurement for here. I'm going to say 5 1/16 would be lots. 5 is probably good, but I'm just going to do 5 and a hair. 5 and a hair. So let me measure that. So what you're doing is, I don't know if you can see it very well because I used white on white, but this is the edge of this paper. You can see from the polka dots, and I'm going to go over it just a little bit so that there'll be that edging, almost like a book binding that's wrapping around a book. And I'm going to do the same right along this edge. So that's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like it's got a book binding on it. So I'm going to use the back of the card very much like the spine of a book. There. I think this is going to look really cool on here, on this one. Okay, so I'm going to glue this on here and set it so that it just, so you can see here, I'm just going over this and over this by about, just about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little more. And to do this, I want the other end. To do this, make sure you have a lot of glue, not a lot of glue, but make sure you have that glue right to the edge of this. That's really important on this step, because this is your binding on each side, and it is, you don't want this. You don't want this to pop up. You just don't. And then a little bit along this top edge, and a little bit along this bottom edge. My hand's probably in the way, and a little bit in the middle too, so it doesn't buckle up. Make sure I don't have any glue there that this is going to stick to. Then I'm going to put this on here, the dots at the bottom, and I'm going to line it at the bottom so that it's right where I want it to be and get that nice and even. Can you see what I'm doing? Nice and even. And my flash just went down. That meant my battery was getting low, or my light. So there, and then work it all out. Just work it out. Make sure all these edges are down really, really good. And because I used wet glue, that's going to make this a little bit pliable right now. And where's my ruler? It's easier to do it the other way, actually. To take this and I just want to break that paper down a little bit that I just added on there. There. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to put this right on my fold. And then I'm going to push it up. But make sure you get this piece too so that you're stretching it. So that'll be my one fold, and then move in. So basically what I'm doing is trying to put this bend in here before this gets too dry. And that should work. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to put this on the fold and then fold up right up tight against my ruler like that, and go to my second fold and push it right tight up against my ruler. Oh, that works better on this side. There, just like that. So then turn this around, and I might do this on this side too, just to make sure I'm getting this all worked in really good. So I'll put it right on there, and this is good. Should be easier this time. There. This may seem like a step that really doesn't need to be done, like you can do it later, but I just found that if I do this, it works my crease, because when you've got two pieces of cardstock and you've got them glued together, and especially if you got them glued so that the front is on opposite sides, you really need to, there, I need that to dry now. I really need that to dry, but you can see I've got wrinkles in this now, and that's what I need. That's what I need. So what I'm going to have now, if this doesn't go, is this binding right here. I'm going to put a little more glue on that and lay it flat till it dries, and I'll be right back. I'm going to give this 5 minutes. I'm going to give this 5 minutes to dry completely. There. That's a lot of working on my wet glue. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to do the pockets. I'm going to go make myself another cup of coffee. So I think this is down now. I think it's down now. So anything that sticks up when I'm done, I'll go back and squirt a little wee bit of glue into it, but I think it's good. This one's down good. There, just like that. That is really good. So I think I need to work on the second fold of this one so that that gusset works a little bit better. So you'll be able to tell this when you're making your own, like, do you need to work your folds a little bit better and things like that. So I think this is good. There. So I can see my gussets again. It takes a lot because you're really trying to stretch this paper over the other paper without there being there's a tiny little buckle in this one here, but that's two folds really close together. So I'm going to lay this flat like this. And now I want to do 2 pockets on the inside of this one. So right now I've used 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of paper. So staying within those 4 pieces of paper, I'm wondering about these for the secretarial pockets. This one is absolutely gorgeous. This one, so you could cut these down because of the picture is in the center. So by the time you cut down and come up and across this way like this, you can make a decent little pocket with them. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. One of my struggles as a crafter is trying to figure out how to use up all my paper pads, and part of that is how to use up these. So I'm going to start by going right up that and cutting them apart, and then deciding which one to use. So I think I'm going to cut this here, just like this, and this one, just like this. I want it to be perfectly on that line. So I'm taking an extra second to line them up. Then I'm going to take these and put them together face to face. And the smallest one is the back one or the front one, or they're about the same. They are actually about the same. So how much room do I have to play with? Let's see. Yes, I can do that. So I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off of each side, like that. I'm going to put these in here, and I'm going to put them face to face to start with, back to back to start with, so I can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch. Make sure I'm using both papers. I'm moving both papers and not screwing up. Just take a little bit of care doing this. What I'm trying to do here is get 2 secretarial pockets that are mirror images of each other, one on the right side and one on the left side when I open that up. And to do that, I have to do them together. Not quite that much. Make sure they're identical together, and then go like this. And then, because this is pretty good here, and I don't want to lose any of my, do I want that on that side? I want that on that side. So I'm going to make my cut. I'm going to make my cut this side. So for a secretarial, all you want to do, it's not a secretarial pocket, you know, it's that style though. So I'm just going to take that corner off. And then when I open these up, I've got 2 pockets just like that. And to glue these in, it's going to be fairly simple. because this one's going to go here, just like that. And this one is going to go here, just like that. Now, aren't they pretty? Those are pretty, guys. Those are pretty. So I want this flat. I'm trying to keep this as flat mail. So you could add another 1/2 inch to this and, you know, score this and cut your corner and fold these in and, you know, glue it in so that you've got this little bit of a raised pocket. I'm not doing that on these particular ones on purpose because I don't want to stuff these right so full that it's going to cost me to ship them. I want to keep this down to a stamp. And if I can't put stuff in the pockets, then it's not going to go in there. So on these, all I'm doing is gluing the bottom and the side like that. I'm going to put it down here so that it's just got a little there. So it's just got a little bit of an edge showing and a very little edge showing at the bottom like that. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. Up the long side and across the bottom. And if you think I'm putting a lot of glue on there, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's such a tiny little wee bit of glue. There. And so that's what I meant by mirror image of each other. See? Mirror image in shape. So there, just perfect. It's what I want. Now I want something that's across the bottom. So what shall I do with that? It's just a matter of trying to figure out. Oh, wouldn't that be pretty? I think I'm going to cut this to go across the bottom. Oops, and I'm not going to measure again. Once again, I'm just going to put this in here. I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut here first. I'm going to cut just below that wood grain line. And then I'm going to cut just above the wood grain line. Just above. So that it gives you that little line. And I'm going to put that in here. So to do that, down, check that you're not gluing the top because this has got words. I don't want my words upside down. Oh, I think I have mail, maybe an Amazon order. Make sure you've got this between your creases. So you don't want to go around a corner. So keep it in between your creases in the back, like that. And glue that down. Now you can leave it like this if you want to, but I do like having 3 more of these little pockets across the top for little bits. Like these will hold a little bit bigger things, but little bits in those pockets across the top, like perfect. Just perfect. There. Like that. This one's turning out really pretty. Using these as these bits and using your paper to its fullest potential, like this one, using your paper to its fullest potential like this. This, of course, was a sheet, And look at how pretty that is. So no stickers or anything on this one, just using the paper to its fullest potential. Now, across the top, keep it plain. So how much have I used? I've used 1, 2, 3. This has all come off of that 3rd sheet so far. So far I've only used the 3 sheets. I'm wondering if this is where this 4th sheet would come in. And all I need is a 2-inch slice off of this, which would be really good. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just add a little bit of this across the top. So I'm just going to take a 2-inch slice, maybe even 1.5 inches. I don't want that pocket to be very big. No, I'm going to go with 2 inches. I'm going to go with 2 inches. So I'm going to take that. There, so I cut a 2-inch strip of this, and then it should be almost all the same size. So let me see. I want this one to be about the same size as this one. So I'll cut on that orange line right there. And then these outside two, the same size as these ones. So see what I mean by not, this is what I mean by not measuring anything. I won't use my nail. I'll use a pen so that you guys can see. I just use my fingernail and make a little dent, and I know where to cut it. But basically what I'm doing is putting it on here because I want it to be this width and making a little tick. And then these are both the same because we cut the mirror image, remember? And I'll make another little tick. And I should have two the perfect size. There. Now you can, at this point, take a small 1-inch circle punch if you want to do that and make a little, you know, half circle so that you can pull papers out of here. But because these are so tiny and they're going to be so tiny once they're glued in, I don't think that it's necessary for this one. And I don't have any die cuts. I don't have a die cut machine, but if you had die cuts and you had one of those lace die cuts, those long, you could cut where you cut the long strips of lace, you could take a little piece of this and cut some of those and maybe, you know, top these with that. And it would look really, really pretty, but I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just letting the paper do the work for me. And I'm just going to glue 3 sides of this like that. This is just simple and easy, and this is the 3rd one of these that I've made. So I'm going to go down here a little bit to give it room. Make sure that it's not interfering with any of those folds, and gluing it in there as straight as I can possibly get it. I'm just eyeballing it, but as straight as I can possibly get it. And I'm going to put the other 2 in as well. And because I've used wet glue, once this dries, I won't have any problem with things sticking in. If you know how if you use tape runner. So if you use a tape runner for your paper crafting projects and you're making pockets and you slide something in here, it can stick to that tape runner because it'll slide down in there, and you don't want that. So I never use a tape runner in any of my paper crafting projects. I love it for in my planner where I'm just gluing stuff down, but not in paper crafting projects. It's not the adhesive to use. It just isn't there. And I'm pretty much done, guys. There, I just need these to dry, and that's it. I'm finished. So this is what it looks like. It goes like this. So now you can go one step further. I'm not going to put enclosures on these. I'm just going to maybe put a piece of string, wrap a piece of string around them 2 or 3 times and tie a little knot. But so the recipient could actually put, you could put a brad on here. That'd be a good place to put a brad, and or a half circle. Just, you know, do a circle and then glue 2 pieces together and put a little circle tab on here. Would look cute. I'm going to grab some planner stickers, and I'm going to look in this mini Wrong sticker book. This is the seasonal one. There should be something for fall in here. I love this little Grateful For sticker. So you could actually do something like this. It's not too big for that one. But I'm going to put this sticker right on top of this box. Just like that. And it's just a little spot to note something that you're grateful for. I think that's cute there. So I think I'm going to leave that. I love this journaling spot here. This would be a great place now if you have a big Thanksgiving get-together where you could keep pictures and little notations and little reminders of what your day was like. I think that would be really cute. So I'm going to leave that one, and I'm going to go to this fall. It's fall. Visit a pumpkin patch. These are lots of things for the for your fall bucket list. Autumn skies and pumpkin pies. Yes, I'm going to use one of these stickers. I like that autumn skies and pumpkin pies. I'm keeping that for myself. I'm going to take this, and using this, I am going to put. Now, when you use these clear stickers, if you just stick them on, you can still see them. But if you kind of burnish them down, and get those little tiny little air bits out of them, then you can hardly see the sticker. Look at that. Isn't that good? So leaves are falling, autumn is calling, thankful, grateful for, be kind, be thoughtful, be genuine, be thankful, and enjoy the little things. Now this is a awesome little gatefold memory keeper with pockets for the Thanksgiving holiday, or just for fall. So that's how I made that. And I don't have any pre-made measurements, because you saw I just fold it and work from there, and then I just kind of measure everything against my original piece. And that's how I make these. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So yeah, let YouTube know that you like it. So I'll see you all in the next video. Happy crafting if you decide to make a few of these. And Bye-bye for now. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody. Be safe.